Wednesday, June 26th. What's up, y'all? What's up? Just checking in. You want to do how we usually do? Or I guess how we've been doing, to sit there and just try to get this flow going. But, man, just tired, you know? Just to be honest with you. Just tired. Don't even feel like going to the gym today. Took about 2 days off, and it's been raining. It's just wild and wet out here. And I just am just tired, man. Like, honestly, I'm just tired. But whatever, we're just going to keep it trucking. I think that's the only thing that we can do is just to keep it trucking. Because when you're tired like this, you just got to keep it trucking. I lost my medicine somehow. So, I got those bitch lungs on set, or not on set, just adult asthma, bitch lungs. But whatever with that. Um, there was a bunch of stuff to talk about. Kind of always draw a blank, but at a lot of times I just got to check my phone. So I know this camera's going to move, but I got to sit there and check this to see what's going on here. Let me try to get this back to where it needs to be. Yeah, I know. So, jeez, let's just jump straight into it. I'm so tired that I don't even feel like talking, but I guess that's kind of stupid. But you should never be able to feel like that. But just been up so early today, and didn't eat much either. I think that's always an issue with me. Like when I don't eat much, man, I just feel down. I just feel sad. Just not happy. I mean, I'm fine, but I wanted to sit there. I was thinking today, just like driving and like getting back to the house. I was sitting there listening to somebody talk about tech and how like we need to slow down tech and AI and all this other stuff, right? It just made me think like how long have they been saying this? Like tech's gonna take over the world and everything's gonna go to shits and the world's gonna be destroyed and Y2K and just pure mayhem and madness. It was just like, oh, it's just such nonsense. I even clicked on the ad today this morning where it was absolute fake news. It's just like, yo, I honestly, if you don't see in this nonsense, it's just like, it's quite pathetic if you see it, but if you're not seeing it, then it's okay. I mean, one day you're gonna realize it, but you just gotta catch on to seeing like this is just so much nonsense. Like the news, just so much nonsense. Like I used to sit there and watch CNN and MSN and get some news from there, right? I was always told like Fox News and all that other stuff is the crazy news, right? All the news entire together is all crazy. The news is just fake news. And that shit's all fake, no matter how you want to spill it. I mean, everyone's talking about fucking UFOs. Do you hear how fucking weird it is? It's 2024 and we're talking about UFOs on the news. But yet and still, when we sit there and go to Mars, we can't see anything. If there's a footprint on Mars, they try to act like it's the end all be all. Like, but that footprint is sitting there giving us an opportunity to see that this stuff is real. It's absolute nonsense. It's funny because they're gonna rock us to sleep with this nonsense. I gotta pull this out, y'all. Let me say there. It's absolutely funny because they're gonna rock us to sleep with this nonsense until 40 years, just rocking us to sleep with the same nonsense that they did to our folks, and that keeps their ratings going. And it's just how it is. It's just absolute nonsense and fake news. Just straight fake news. Like clickbait was the clickbait was oh the advantage that Bernie, I'm not Bernie, that Biden mishapped on Trump, some nonsense like that. Like, what are these people talking about? Waters and you guys are talking about that he's sitting there. It's not even a race. He doesn't have even do anything to be a race, to be honest. He just has to be in the race. That's the kind of bad job that the Dems did, and Biden did. It was just they just butchered this job. It was just a bad job. It's raining out here, so I guess I won't even get to finish this for real. It fucking sucks. I don't know what the umbrella went. I could just cover it up with the umbrella. Umbrella's gone. But nope, there it is. Probably gonna cover this bad lady up, but bear with me. Let me get this umbrella. Just in case, let me put this over here. I don't want it in the way of the camera. Somehow I can figure it out. But anyway, just listening to that nonsense is absolute nonsense. These damn Muppets and puppets trying to teach it, trying to scare us and teach us nonsense. Do you not remember when they had the COVID tracker on there? When they were keeping death toll count of the deaths? How weird that was. That was so weird and just so heinous. It just didn't make any sense at all. But hey, to each his own. I just think it's fake news, and I think we just need to stop watching that nonsense. It's they're just trying to brainwash us with, making us feel bad. Absolute nonsense. I may have to sit there and just hold this over a computer. Whatever. Anyway, the other one was like, yo, I was in there just thinking about, I got a bug on me. Us young men and just having issues with life, not being taught the right way. I mean, I wasn't taught. My dad didn't teach me too much. My dad never told me how to even talk to a lady. That's kind of more something I just have to pick up and learn to see other people doing it. And no matter what, like, I have friends whose fathers weren't around. And they used to sit there and talk about how, like, me and my father's relationship, we need to sit there and just be happy for it, right? But then it's funny because, like, these are gentlemen who are sitting there who are basing my relationship with my father off of their relationship without their fathers. That's kind of a big deal, right? It's almost just like, it's like the human personality when we sit there and we'd rather have something than nothing. You'll settle with somebody you don't need to be with just because you don't have anybody. I mean, I've even been victim and victim of that. Dealing with a girl who I sit there just know is not, who just doesn't love me the way I love her. That makes no sense at all. Why are you doing that? That's just because you don't want to be alone. You don't need to deal with that shit. I done been with beautiful women. I done been with women who aren't that beautiful. But at the same time, like, you can't let someone treat you less than what you are. So if you're going with that, I'm sorry. So I'm trying to start talking and it's like I start losing thought. But if you're sitting there dealing with that nonsense, you're already at a disadvantage when you can't sit there and do that. There's too many fish in the sea to sit there and wait around with that nonsense. And we gotta always say, like, yo, we gotta stop thinking of life like it's this movie that you can rewind, and it's not. Like, we gotta sit there and live life like we're gonna die tomorrow. And I don't mean to be morbid. Morbid when I say that. Like, I just mean to be. I just want you to live life, and I don't even do it enough. But like, it's because I set myself in a situation where I have to sit there and realize that everything is going to be okay. I feel like I've let my peoples down and my family down so much that I got to make up for what I've let them down in. I don't get told enough, like, yo, it's okay what you're doing. I remember having a conversation with my brother before, and I can tell with him that he's not being told that what he's doing is enough. I know that for a fact. And I think that's just made us as human beings, settling for less than what we are. Maybe human beings should honestly wait, right? Wait, not have kids early, and then when you have those kids when you're older, you know how you should be treated, right? Just maybe something to think about. Fat kids when I was younger, my siblings did too. I mean, and the drama that we deal with, but maybe it's like a parenting thing from what we seen our parents go through. And I mean, I think some of that's true, but also, I mean, you know what you know, so you're gonna act on what you know. But what if us sitting there not being treated well makes us be treated less than fairly because we just feel like that's what we deserve? When it's not. Maybe when we get older, we realize that that's not the case. So, I just think that's a food for thought. Another one, a buddy was asking me a question like, "Yo, what is it like to be black in America? I mean, even and what is it like to behave in white America?" I grew up somewhere where I had to be in. I grew up in the hood, and I also grew up in the suburbs. So I had to learn how to sit there and behave around white folks, and I also had to know how to be able to behave around. I learned. I mean, I grew up. So I was raised around black people. So, but it's a difference. It's a huge difference. Like, when you're in a certain area, you can't act a certain way, especially when it's white folks. But then you can't act that certain way in the area when it's black folks because you're gonna be mistreated. You're gonna be looked down upon in the area when it's. It's funny because you're gonna be mistreated in both actually, and be looked down upon in both areas. So it's almost like a fine line. But then again, you got to play both roles. It's a weird one. It's a weird one, but then it's weird because like it's almost like you're fine tuning a human being, right? Like a guitar, where you got to work on your attributes. Like it's even like creating a character in a football or sports game, right? Your attributes are gonna flip every time. It's like having this is a football analogy. It's like having a running back and then playing that running back and linebacker. Like everything is going to switch. All the stats and the points are going to switch over. So in the white area, you got to know how to sit there and communicate well, right? And understand to be. I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I really don't care, but this is the truth. You have to learn how to be educated enough to understand what people are sitting there saying. Because if you're not, then you're gonna be looked down upon, right? I know people grew up in the hood who can't even read, and they are looked down upon. You know, looked down upon less than. But if you're making enough money, that doesn't even matter, right? That's another thing. So, what if you acting like if you in the hood and you act like if you too smart? A lot of times, like as a kid growing up, you getting picked on. You want to sit there and be smarter. You're getting laughed at because you want to sit there and take care of your business, right? Right? That's true. That's true. It's fine tuning. And then another one is just like the way you talk. You got to know the way you talk. If you talk ignorant, then you're gonna be treated ignorant. If you talk smart, they're gonna be treated as like you know everything. And kids don't like that. People don't like that. Adults don't even like that. They don't even like that. But then if you act like that in a different area, you can be sitting there looked at like this is the kid that my friends need to hang around. But then at the end, you at the same time, you're not. You're gonna look at it like you can't be that way. You can't be too smart. So it's just like a mix. It's a mix, man. Another one is like clothes you wear matter in the hood. It matters. But then when I'm in the suburbs, it matters, but then it doesn't matter. I can wear clothes out here, the clothes in the suburbs that I can't wear in the hood for real when I was a kid because I'm gonna get made fun of. But then though, coming to Westchester or in the suburbs, you sitting there you ain't getting made fun of because of that, but you definitely gonna get made fun of if you broke and you poor. I mean, that stuff is for real. It's fine tuning, like right. Same thing. So you gotta almost fake it in the hood, then you gotta fake it out there. Another good one is just like being able to fight, right? In the hood, if you can't fight here, at least I can see the camera. In the hood, if you can't fight, right? you at a disadvantage because you're gonna get picked on. But then though, in the suburbs, if you can't fight, there's gonna be certain kids who gonna pick on you because of that. So I had to sit there and but then also if you fight too much though in the suburbs, right? You fight too much in the suburbs, then you getting ostracized because don't nobody want to be around you. They all scared of you. And then on top of that, you're gonna be sitting there somehow you're gonna get involved with the police. I went through it, but you have to figure out how to sit there and taper that off too. But then in the hood though, if you like that, you sit there and fight nonstop, and you ain't scared of nobody, or you're scared to people. They ain't gonna say you're scared because people know that you're gonna fight every single time. They're not gonna do nothing to bother you. Really not. It's gonna be a few people who are gonna try you, but you're really not gonna get bothered. You're not gonna get bothered. You ain't gonna get in trouble though. You ain't gonna be calling the police, stuff like that. You might get killed. You be sitting there beating people up. People don't like getting beat up. They'll definitely kill you over it. Shit. In the suburbs, they're gonna sit there and just take you to jail. In Cincinnati or the hood, they're gonna sit there and just kill you if it's serious. That serious. We have to keep fighting until somebody die. That's another one. Fuck another one. This should be best for both worlds. Another one is like it's even dating wise, like right. You get looked at funny because of like who you date, right? You dating white girls or anything like that that ain't black, you getting looked at as funny. But then though, if you dating girls just in the hood, boy, that's gonna get you. It don't even make no sense. That's all you know. That's all you know. Then you're dealing with a goofball, right? Say you're dealing with a certain goofball from the hood. You getting looked at dumb because of her, because she got too hood. But then you sit there and deal with a girl in the suburbs. You looking like, and I'm using hell of this. None of this ain't white girl. You date the black girl from the suburbs. You still then you may look at it like you a Oreo, like you a poop butt who don't care who had a touch. It's fine. It's a fine line, right? It's a fine line. Fine fucking line. Fine fucking line. I try to tell you what. There were some questions though, more stuff to talk about, but I just remember always going through that nonsense through the hood where it was just like I had to be one way, I had to be another way. One way, I gotta be another way. And if I wasn't this way, then I'm gonna get these issues. And if I'm then on top of that, representing people, like you gotta act a certain way, or if you don't act a certain way, the next 10 people they deal with who black gonna sit there and you ruin it for all of them. Next 10 people, next 20 people, next 100 people. But one good experience with a black person, I had to sit there and make the next 10 people, or next 5 people who this person runs into, sit there and think that hey, they might be good like you. But one mess up, it ruins the 400. That's for real, and maybe that's what all races. But I know that for a fact, being a black person, you're dealing with that. You got the weight of the world on your back, and you're trying to sit there and different people. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll probably go sit there and take a break from this and probably head to the joke. But I was talking to this gentleman today, man, and we was talking about money and stuff like that. At one point in time, he was just telling me, man, he said, I don't even check my account. And man, my man was 20, my man was 23. He said, you don't even check his account. I said, what you do, you don't check your account? He said, I'm a union welder. So that's cool. You probably do a lot of traveling with that. Yeah, man, a lot of traveling. Good buddy, though. He said, I just sit and take the summer off, though. He's taking the summer off while working. Oh, yeah, that's cool. So that's what you do to get that money, right? All right. Trying to tell me I need to do it. I need to do it. Definitely need to do it. I'm like, bro, I got kids. You gotta do a lot of traveling with that. So you can get the money. You understand everything is a weight. Everything is a trade for everything, man. So it's up to you. You can sit there and have that buddy for your kids and not be there, or you can sit there and have that buddy or not buddy and be there for your kids full time. And they will appreciate it, but at one point in time, they're gonna sit there and want you to sit there and transfer them over to be to the point where they making money, not just not just spending time together all the time. I want them nice shoes and nice game. I want all that stuff, all that stuff. So pay attention to that. But I'm like, man, he did. Then he tells you the same thing. Like, I'm trying to sit out and make a family too. You know, you should do it, buddy. And then you got the money already. You just got to figure out what to do with it. Next steps, y'all. So, young man, that's what he was sitting there saying. Like, young man, you need to start out there and do that union welder stuff for your apprenticeship. See, to make a 46 an hour, 90 a year. That's good money. That's life changing money. Not to sit your ass down for 4 years, you got to travel though. It's almost like being enlisted, but it's way safer. Unless you're a linesman, some shit like that up there on the thing. But you gotta keep remembering, like, yo, this stuff is just like we not at our industrialization phase where we're failing at. We're still building, we're still going up. So you gotta keep understanding. We keep living in these futuristic times. We don't even have cars that fly yet. For real. We don't. They still trying to make it seem like it's a concept. Like it's a car that's gonna be made. And we don't have cars that fly yet. We still putting gasoline and we still put plugs into the wall. That's how cavemanish we still are. We're still putting plugs into the wall. We have no idea how to even unlock. We're still using fossil fuels. We're still using coal for certain things. We're still trains. We're still trains. We are absolutely so minute in our advancement of technology that it just doesn't even make any sense. So for us to keep sitting there thinking like, yo, there ain't no time. That's how much the goofballs are sitting there thinking the same thing in the 20s and the 1800s. There just ain't no time, and they just getting so left behind. It's just opportunities everywhere. It's just up to y'all what y'all trying to do. Like straight up. You see, there was one question though, like how to quit gambling. Oh yes, like John asked how to quit gambling. And I know I went through that nonsense with that FanDuel and all that other bull stuff. Even with the casino, like I done had the worst of both worlds with sports gambling and casino gambling. But I had to sit there and just tell you shut up. Like, bro, I told myself that the casino is the devil. Like, I had extra money, I could spend extra money on something else. I don't have to spend it on a casino and waste my money to try to get more. That doesn't even make any sense. You don't have enough money to even compete with the casino. You're going to keep trying to get money, but they're going to beat you in a. It's the end of the day, it's big bank, take little bank. I think that's the best way to put it. Big bank, take little bank. You know, it's always going to be like that. If you ain't ever played big bank, take little bank, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's a game where it's a hood game. It ain't no game that you're just going to play in a random place. When people talk that stuff, they take a little bank, right? And the game is where you pull out your money, I'll pull out my money. Whoever got more keeps the other person's money. Big bank, take a little bank. So you can sit there and say you got all this money, but yo, when it's time, let's show it. And it's a real game that you can call somebody out on. Let's play big pay, take a little bank. Pull your money out, see how much you got, see how much I got. Whoever got the most wins the money. Big bank, take little bank. And that's how it is. Same thing with the casino. It's gonna be big bank, take little bank. I remember looking at my FanDuel stuff and seeing how much money I lost. And when I lost a house, when I lost a car, that's when I knew it was time to give it up. And you know what I had to do? I had to put that little responsible gaming on because I'm so competitive in my nature that I had to sit there and put that responsible gaming on. $10. I can put $10 on there a week if I honestly even feel like playing. And it's funny because like what it did was I might want to sit there and just throw $10 on every once in a while. But what it really did was it took the hunger out, it took the drive out of it. of wanting to win. Because if you a winner and you want to win, you're gonna want to keep playing. And then you start to sit there and rationalize with yourself, like, bro, this money ain't even real. I'm just trying to sit there. I'm just trying to beat the game. I'm just trying to beat the game, man. You don't even know the game enough to even beat the game. How you gonna beat the game? You need to know what the odds is work. What plays in the favor of the odds? How they even get the statistics and the numbers? What's the? I see. Man, I seen this fool the other day when I was at the casino. I was just sitting there, and just like I said, I might go play. I went in and I played $20. That's not. That's minuscule money. That's gas money for a week. I won't play 100. I won't pay 200. I won't pay anything more. I went in and played 50. $20. Just play. Who cares? And majority of the times you're gonna lose that money. But if you come up, then yeah, it's your night. You came up, right? Thing is, I came up $38, and then I went up into the wrong machine and lost it all. Who cares? Could have just left with that 38, been happy. Who cares? It's a good night. Lost money. $20. Nothing too major. Nothing else to sit there and lose a week. This is my first time even thinking about it in the last 3 weeks. So nothing. Now when you lose 2,000, just think about how much you're gonna think about that. Anytime you see something, you're like, I could have sat there and just bought that, could did that, could did this, could did that, could did that. And when I see that statement on there on that FanDuel stuff, I'm like, damn, I just think about the house I could have bought. I think about the car I could have bought. I think about the business I could have started. So why would I keep doing this nonsense feeding them? And I'm losing. I'm not even trying to get back up at that hill because the only thing I'm doing is make that hill bigger. That's stupid. That hill is already too big for me to climb, and I'm okay to sit there and just be a real man and be like, yo, that hill's too big for you to climb. Starting to pour down, somebody call it, y'all. But yeah, that gambling stuff will get you. All right.